Agent mode take 2. All right, I finally got it working. So agent mode didn't work for me in my last video. You can check out a link. I had to uninstall Excel Labs and then reinstall it to get it to work. But it wasn't quite as simple. But let me just show you. If you go add-ins, and this is where you find Excel Labs, and agent mode only works on the web currently, web version of Excel. You go manage, and that should list all your add-ins you've got installed. And you should be able to go to these 3 dots and say remove if you've already got it installed. I didn't have a remove option because somehow, I can't remember how, I'd actually set this up at an Office 365 admin level. I'd installed it for the whole company. So what I had to do was first of all go to the admin portal for Microsoft 365, go to settings, integrated apps, uninstall it there for everybody. Probably only for me, but for everybody. And then wait a while, and then I could come back in. I had to wait a while. I could come back in and the remove option appeared. And then I re-added it, Excel Labs. Okay, so let's give it a go. I haven't actually tested this yet. I've just got it working. I know it works. I've done some other little examples. So Excel Labs. If this doesn't show up straight away, just make this might show up. Feature gallery, agent mode. Okay, you can make it the default. I like the advanced formal environment. Go open. Okay, so I am going to try again. And I'm also going to make sure my cursor is sort of, eventually, I'll make sure my cursor is in that cell because I want to see if it avoids overwriting any data as well. So paste that in, create a sample table of movies showing 10 start times. Okay, same prompt as my last video. And it is 11:43. Let's go. Okay, and my cursor is just up here on this cell. So I want to see where it puts the table. So this didn't happen before. Okay, reasoning. So that's new. Okay, finalizing the table structure. All right, okay, so maybe I won't need to pause this and wait. You know, this is much more promising than the last time. So I want different dates. Each row should be a different movie. Okay, different screen types, multiple showings for each movie per day, different times, 4th of October to the 24th of October. Okay, final plan before execution. All right. It's getting there. It's done something. Okay. But it did just overwrite my data. Okay, it did just overwrite what I had in that cell. It's not meant to do that. Okay, now it's got a nice table. Okay, that's a concern that it overwrote what I already had and didn't just prompt me to go somewhere else. It didn't even start the table in cell D1. It started it in A1 and just wiped out anything else that was on my sheet. Okay, how I built it, what I did. So we got the 4th of October, great. All the way to the 24th, we've got a couple of multiple showings on different types of screens at different types of days. Okay, apart from wiping out my work, brilliant. All right, show details. You can sort of get under here, understand your goal. Okay, plan executed, 10 distinct dates, what it did, verification highlights. Okay, give me options. Cool. Okay, pretty much did what I asked. Okay, so let's just try one more. I'm going to do highlight the start time column using conditional formatting for any movies that start in the morning. Okay, let's see where it goes with that. I just entered that with using an app called Whisper Flow. It's pretty cool. I'm still testing it out, but it turns speech into text. Works really well. This is Whisper Flow. Okay, let's see what it's doing. Morning assumption. Okay, I like it. Morning means before 12 p.m. noon. Yeah. Proceeding to apply conditional formatting. All right. Okay, that's pretty nice. I'm assuming, and you can go show details as well, understanding request, what I did. Mod D2. Okay, interesting. At this point, I stopped recording because I wasn't quite sure why it did the mod, because if you just simply say equals, like this cell is less than, and then use that time function, quite like that. Oh, I wish this wouldn't wrap. Okay, it's not even wrapped. I hate this in Excel for web. Equals this time, okay, is less than, and then time. Oh, I really hate it. Microsoft, please fix this. This is awful. Okay, and then this box gets in the way for me typing. 12, 0, 0. All right, close the bracket. Auto rate generate for me. Okay, that works. So you don't need the mod. But then I read this again. It strips off any date part. So if there was a date and a time, so let's go Control : double space, Control Shift. There we go. So let's say we have this. I'll just change this. Oh, well, I can do this. So it would remove the date part of that, the mod. Go equals mod, that cell, comma 1. Make this wider. Okay, and just apply the formatting. See, it just strips the date part off it. Okay. Bit unnecessary, but I guess, it's potentially making it future-proof. Interesting. Let's see how it's done the conditional formatting. Click on this, manage rules, and it has applied to D2 to D61. Great, and then it's done a funky little formula, time less than 12. Okay, interesting. And it's put a little $sign, got the $signs right and things. All right, very cool. Impressed. Okay, so test it out. I'm just going to start playing with it. If I come up with other cool scenarios, I'll let you know. There we go. Catch you in the next video. Before you go, check out one of my other videos or playlists and click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.